I guess we can get into a debate on that, but I have to say, and Craig's a friend, but I just thought that was incredibly unprofessional. And, you know, Prime Minister Harper has lost tonight. I thought he made a very gracious.
Craig said he lied and cheated.
I think he probably is very true in his words in saying he's going to do everything he can in terms of the transition over to Prime Minister-elect Trudeau and hopefully move this country forward. So I just had to say that, and I sort of held my tongue since.
Appreciate you having the chance.
No, he gasped off camera when Craig said that.
You know, we are looking at, you've got the standings board there, 185 Liberal seats, 101 Conservative, but there are still a lot of toss-ups out there. So a lot of ridings that we cannot tell you how this thing is going to really end up completely. But Kevin Newman is with us, and you can give us a better sense of how this majority happened, though, Kevin.
Yeah, it really was something, Lisa. I mean, in our previous parliament, we talked about suburban votes, rural votes, urban votes. The Liberals have votes all over the place. But as we looked across the country with Nick Nanos here from Nanos Research, one of the things that we noticed was that the cities in particular all went Liberal. Whether it was the city of Toronto, you saw behind me, whether it was the island of Montreal or the city of Vancouver as well. And as we dig down here, take a look at what the island of Montreal looks like tonight after all the votes are almost been counted there. It is a sea of red, Nick. We see that Bloc Québécois here, they had a pretty good night actually. They almost doubled the number of seats and just a very small number of New Democrats left on the island of Montreal. Let's move across if we can to the way that the Greater Toronto area looks. A complete wipeout for the New Democrats in the city of Toronto. It is completely red as we move across the country again. And as we move over to Vancouver as well, Metro Vancouver, great swaths of red. The New Democrats able to hold on to some areas, and the Conservatives, the areas out towards Hope here. But one of the things we want to look at here, Nick, is the seat change across the country in those areas. And as you can see, 604, 416, 514, significant growth in all the cities. But the rest as well, significant growth. This is a very, very broad mandate.
Oh, absolutely. It's a broad mandate that cuts right across the board. What I found interesting is that when we looked at the beginning of the campaign, that the New Democrats were actually pretty strong in Montreal and Toronto and Vancouver. And the strategic voting just basically squeezed them and killed the Conservatives at the same time. It was a political 2-for-1 for the Liberals in terms of double impact and converting seats into the red column.
I mean, take